Good morning. More than 2 years ago, when I stood at this podium and declared a state of emergency in the city of Frederick due to the COVID-19 pandemic, none of us could have imagined the changes we would come to see and experience and the impacts that all of us would feel. At the City of Frederick, we reacted as quickly as we could to implement operational changes, including teleworking and policies that could best ensure the safety and well-being of our employees, while allowing us to continue service delivery across all departments. We utilized our resources and technology to implement virtual and eventually hybrid public meetings to offer the public continual access to the business being done by municipal government. And perhaps most importantly, as we saw our residents, businesses, and nonprofit partners struggle to survive the pandemic, we offered assistance in the form of grants, bill payment moratoriums, and flexible operational opportunities such as pop-up dining to help sustain them. 25 months later, I remain in awe of the work that our employees and the persistence of our community's residents, businesses, and nonprofits to push Frederick forward and get us to where we are today. A Frederick that is resilient and perseveres, something I know will continue. And we are grateful for our county, state, and federal partners that have allowed us to support our community in so many ways. So today, I am announcing the formal end of the city's state of emergency. While this announcement does not trigger significant operational changes for the city as we began transitioning to a return to normal status in March, it does carry some implications for deadlines and due dates for many of our residents. With the end of the state of emergency, the city's extension of due dates for city bills, permits, licensures, and citations will end in 30 days. On this schedule, water and sewer bills that customers receive after today will be due on the due date printed on the bill and subject to interest and shutoffs according to city code. Remaining balances for bills received prior to today will be due by May 15th. Residents with outstanding water balances should contact the City Finance Department to address these outstanding charges. Any unpaid parking citations will also come due 30 days after this end of the state of emergency. With regard to rental increases by tenant landlords, Governor Larry Hogan declared a state of emergency on January 4th of 2022, and in a proclamation which ended 30 days later on February 3rd, 2022. City Ordinance 20-17 passed during the pandemic prohibits rent increases from landlords until 180 days after the conclusion of a governor's state of emergency. So that prohibition remains in effect until August 2nd of this year. City Ordinance 20-16 extended the expiration dates of certain development permits and approvals for either 1 year after the termination of the governor's original state of emergency, or if the expiration date normally would be after such termination, for 1 year after the normal expiration date. The governor's original state of emergency ended on August 15th of 2021, meaning the city's extension of various planning and permitting approvals referenced in City Ordinance 20-16 will end this coming August. While we are announcing an end to the state of emergency, I want to be clear that this does not mean that COVID-19 is behind us. We are still in the midst of a global pandemic. And while the metrics remain positive in our community, we've seen several times how quickly these numbers can change. Currently, our community remains in a state of low community transmission. The 7-day positivity rate is 3.72%, with an additional 26 residents countywide testing positive in the last 24 hours. Frederick Health Hospital, as of Thursday, had 4 patients hospitalized with COVID-19, including 1 in the intensive care unit. We must not, and we must never, forget to acknowledge the toll that COVID-19 has taken on the human life in our community, in this country, and around the globe. More than 500 residents of Frederick County have died as a result of COVID-19. We have lost more than 985,000 Americans and nearly 6.2 million people around the world. These people were mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, aunts, uncles, friends, co-workers, leaders. They were all loved. Our hearts mourn for those that we have lost and for those that we have lost over the last 2 years. To avoid any more loss, we encourage all members of our community to continue to follow the CDC guidance, as well as that of our local public health agencies. Please continue to practice good personal hygiene habits, such as wearing masks when conditions warrant. Stay up to date with COVID-19 vaccinations and boosters, and take a COVID-19 test when you are experiencing symptoms or if you have had close contact with someone who has tested positive. Our city staff and residents have consistently shown just how resilient they are throughout the course of this pandemic. Together, I know that resilience will lead to a stronger Frederick for everyone. Thank you.